Well, we finally made it to semi-finals basketball here on day 3, and we've got a girls and boys matchup. First up, we've got the boys. We've got Opunake versus Hato Polder, and then in the girls, we've got Ngāti Atia versus Opunake. Can't wait to bring them both to you. We're going to go live soon. We are here at Fly Palmy Arena. Andrew Horrocks alongside Josh Thompson, and Josh, I don't know about you, but the air just smells a little bit different when it's semi-finals basketball.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to the business or the hard work that these two schools have put in to, get a chance to win a national title.
We've got the A-boys semi-final 1, Opunake High School versus Hato Polder College. And we'll get into the team lists. First for Opunake High School, number 1, Harry Gibson. Number 2, Alexander Moss. 3, Chris John Abad. 4, Luke Forsyth. 3, Puki Teriri Chase. 10, Wiramu Henry. 11, Jari Summerfield. 12, Liam Kidd. 13, Cameron Quinnell. 15, Bonlord Almazan. Head coach Aaron Langton, who we caught up with earlier. I'm here with Coach Aaron from Opunake. You coached women 3 years ago for Taranaki. What's the difference with coaching high school girls?
High school girls probably a little bit more emotional. There's sort of little relationships within the team that can affect the outcome, so you really have to try and work together with them to get to the common goal and get everybody on the same page. Whereas with boys just want to play, they like being around each other, they like playing fast. You just got to give them that atmosphere or that culture where they can express themselves and enjoy each other's company.
Now your school's got both the girls and boys teams in the semi-finals. How have you helped build that culture where both teams are successful?
It goes back to Opunake Basketball League. We start kids playing basketball at 5 years old, and we're really fortunate over the last probably 10 to 15 years we've got really, really good coaches in the area, like Angelo Hill. He's obviously an American pro, and then myself. We've got like Darren O'Hire, my brother. And the Lamis are really strong in the area, and both the Lami girls have played. They play for New Zealand, their brother played for New Zealand as well, so we've got a strong sort of history of basketball in the area. And if you want to go even deeper, my parents started basketball in Opunake 50 years ago, and they're both life members. So it's pretty, and to be fair, basketball's actually my second or third sport, so it's just a culture in our town that just fits in with what we do.
Thank you so much for the insight, and best of luck for your game.
Thank you.
Great to hear from the coach there. As we'll flick it over to Hato Polder.
And with Hato Polder, number 1, Waka Poutu. Number 2, Maiterangi Arahanga. Number 3, Otaki Mihaere. Number 4, Eli Ward. Number 5, Hamioro Terry. 6, Jackson Warbrick. Number 7, Vincent Tairakina Isils. Number 8, Otahi Nico Tutau. Number 10, Kolub Mikaere. Number 11, Hamueda Va'a. Number 12, Te Ahi Tāwai Hakarai Hoski. And number 13, Te Aorere Muro. And coached by Tomarangi Heponga. And here's what he had to say in our pre-game interview.
I'm here with Coach Tomarangi. What would it mean to your school to be able to progress to the final here?
Kia ora. It'll be pretty surreal for the boys to get through. This is the first time in 13 years that the school's actually made nationals. That was the goal at the start of the year. So to be here, we had to reassess, and our goal was actually just to make the top 8. So we gelled together at the right time and won the games we needed to win. So we're actually really, really proud to be here in the semi-final representing the school, but would be fools to not leave it all out there and try to go one step further. It's an amazing feeling to be here. I'm proud of the boys.
It's your first semi-final as a coach. How are the nerves?
Definitely feeling the nerves. I've coached a few other teams to the semis, but it's different when it's your own school, and we're a school with 100 boys. We could be 3 times bigger and still qualify for the single A, so we're going to go in there with the underdog mentality and leave it all out there for our whānau back at home.
Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Yes, thank you very much.
Great to hear from both coaches there, as we see Coach Heponga giving his squad last-minute instructions, and the referees for this one, Leo Shaw and Cody Montgomery. Tail of the tape for this one, Opunake, defending champions from 2019, undefeated through pool play, and Cameron Quinnell averaging 36.2 points per game. He's leading the tournament. For Hato Polder, didn't qualify in 2019. And everyone's favourite way to advance, Josh.
Yep.
Advance to semi-final on points differential in a 3-way tie.
Oh, yeah. Those are the greatest things, aren't they? And Hato Polder looking like an underdog, finishing 7th in the region to qualify. So, and then they have Maiterangi Arahanga, who's averaging 32 points a game, and he's 3rd in the competition. So, interesting matchup. Defending champs, looking to go back to the final.
And the great thing as well for those at home is that there is live stats available for this match. So if you want to follow along at home and keep up to date, we'll throw it in every now and then. But if you want up-to-date statistics, jump on the NZ basketball website, find the live stats. And Josh, who knows, we might even have a little triple-double going on at some point in this game.
Yeah, so this is our first game that is live stats for us up here in the booth. Obviously, other teams will be taking stats throughout the competition. They have their own stats person, but we'll be able to see them live.
So the Kaitakaro are almost ready to go. And I don't know how, but they've gone into a 5-minute countdown instead of 10 minutes. So it's always funny. I was in the BBNZ office earlier on today, and none other than Trent Adam walked into the office.
Yep.
Asking how the tiebreakers work.
Yep, caught up with Trent earlier, and tiebreakers, they I believe they work between the 3 teams that are in the tie. So
yes,
it goes
correct.
on count back from those results for those 3 teams that played each other. And I guess if you're tied in those countbacks, it becomes head-to-head.
Head-to-head is actually the first tiebreaker. So generally, when you've got 3 teams, each team has won 1 and lost 1. If there's another shock result, then sometimes a team has won both of those, so that automatically goes through. But if they've all won 1, lost 1, then it comes back on the points differential between those 3 teams, which can always be fun. Sometimes you have one team that loses by 1 point, that gets them in the break, and then you've got another team that's won that game by 1 point, but lost to another team by 40 points. And when that's the case, it makes those things a little bit easier.
Yeah, I believe it was them and Hornby High and Te Kurua Te Kotu that were in the 3-way tie for that 2nd spot. So Hato Polder managed to sneak through, and you know, they're here, and this is what we've got in store for us today. You know, Opunake versus Hato Polder. I believe do we know if they played at their regional competition?
Not too sure. I'm sure we can find that out. Hato Polder out of fielding. When I was talking to Coach Tomarangi Hipango, he's talking about how he's just so proud for their community, what a big thing this is. And I think that's what's awesome when BBNZ created the difference between A and AA. The opportunity, only 100 boys at that school.
Yep.
So they could triple in size and still be eligible. But to have the opportunity to be here in Palmerston North against some bigger schools, and then you've got the even bigger schools around as well. It's an awesome opportunity.
Yeah, great to see Hato Polder. I think one of the two last remaining Māori boys boarding schools left in the country, the other being Te Aute College. So good to see. And local team. So hopefully, you know, we get a good, decent crowd today for our locals. We just watched Manukura, who's another local, go down in their semi-final to Ngā Taiatea. So the winner will go on to play them tomorrow night. And I believe me and you are doing that game too.
Wouldn't have it any other way, Josh. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Obviously, with Hato Polder being an all-boys school, but as we see Opunake, boys and girls are in the semi-finals. Manukura had the same thing. Although their boys went down earlier. The girls we won't get to see, but if anyone is around and can update us on that score, please get in touch with us. We'd love to keep the people at home who might be interested in that game updated. I know I am.
Yeah, and catching up with Trent, saying that Cameron made his debut for the Airs this year, so he's got some NBL experience.
It's cool, isn't it? We saw also with Quake yesterday, who was a Southland Sharks development player. It's awesome, those smaller areas, the opportunity to be amongst professional environments of that nature. It's a pretty special thing.
Yeah, you know, like Taranaki, Hiramanua down in Southland, you know, those smaller associations. You know, we talk about our association, Harbour and Canterbury. It's always good to see athletes that play in the A tournament getting the opportunity to play in NBL and gaining NBL experience, even though they may not play, they'll be practicing in the environment. So, you know, like we talked about yesterday, there is talent in the A, and they get to showcase it here in this semi-final.
Speaking of great people to catch up with, was lucky enough to catch up with Jodie Cameron recently. She's actually down here for a little conference that we can see across from us. And to have a person with the knowledge of Jodie Cameron and gain something out of her, all the secrets she probably keeps in her hair at some point. No, love to Jodie. Great to see her, and awesome that in the regions, it's not even the regions anymore, is it? With the talent that's coming out, this is the main hub.
Yeah, so if you're in Palmy and you've been listening to me and Andrew, and get down here, check out some other games, but we're looking at this one today.
We're underway, and it's in the hands of Harry Gibson for Opunake. And let's see what kind of set they're looking for. A post-up, don't get it. Into an on-ball screen. Pull up for the Kuruwhiwhi Toru, and that is good. Perfect start, Josh.
Yep, that's our man there, Cameron. Hitting a 3, so, and Opunake dropping back into what looked like a little 1-2-2 half-court trap into a 3-2.
Another Kuruwhiwhi Toru attempt is short off the tapa, but the offensive rebound stays. Now Hato Polder away. I tell you what, when we talk about best uniforms, from a commentary point of view, Hato Polder is nearly up the top of the list for me.
Yep, easy numbers to see, and then we have
great putback there from Eli Ward,
using his length and athleticism to get up there.
Opunake on their second possession. Once again, just running that same action into the on-ball step back. Kuruwhiwhi Toru attempt is long there. And the tūrapa goes the way of Hato Polder. Looks like they're staying in a 2-3 zone there, Josh. What are they trying to get out of that besides that steal?
I think they're just trying to limit Hato Polder getting into the paint, but I know, talking to Tomarangi, the Hato Polder coach, they are a three-point shooting team, so he reckons about 33s they're going to put up in this game. So.
Another great effort there from Cameron Cornell. Little on-ball screen there, looking to turn the corner, and Ward loses the handle. Away come Opunake, kicked ahead. Layup attempt, no good. And the tūrapa goes the way of Hato Polder. Ward, again another errant pass. And Christian Abad. It's almost like if you're playing cornerback, Josh, is the way that he's hawking the ball at the moment.
You got to be watching, and that's Cameron again, wide open.
Feel like he's going to put up a lot of shots here.
24 is Maitirangi.
Shot there, tūrapa again, Abad. Here is Opunake. Away comes Quinnell, blocked.
Great block
beautifully.
There.
And short there.
From Arahanga. Yeah, our team list seems to be different to the one on the live stats, so we're just changing.
Here is Hato Polder. Out of the right corner. Oh, great pass there into the high post. Ward looks to just be a dish-off man there, not looking to create a shot too much. And no good there. Rebound courtesy of Liam Kidd. And again, the tūrapa, another offensive rebound for Kidd. Oh, a little turnaround pass there. Open Kuruwhiwhi Toru. And big block. Hato Polder. But they can't corral possession. Here's Abad. No good again. Another offensive rebound for Opunake.
Little Gibson floater there. Like you said, the floater keeps coming back. And
corralled here, Abad. Good kick out. And we're going to see a timeout in a second. Yes, we are. Timeout here, Hato Polder. Josh Thompson, what adjustments are they going to have to make as they're down 11 too early?
I think offensive rebounds are killing them at the moment, and you know they're coming down and taking quick shots, and Opunake just getting kind of leak outs there. So I think if they shore up their offensive rebounds, they're doing a good job at contesting the shot, but they're just not finishing the possession.
Well, they're doing a good job. Opunake is only shooting 30%, 3 of 10 early, but Hato Polder, 1 of 7. They're going to want to change that pretty shortly as we have another look at that run out and just the transition defense.
Yeah,
down a bit.
A few guys just standing around, not paying attention on the runners, the run outs. So I think there's a smart timeout by Hipango just to settle the boys. They look a little bit nervous. You know, you always get nervous in these situations, semi-finals, big games.
Can't disagree with you at all, actually, on that one.
Yeah, settle the nerves.
So players back out on the floor for Opunake, Harry Gibson, Chris John Abad, Jari Summerfield, Liam Kidd and Cameron Quinnell. And then for Hato Polder, Waka Potu, Otaki Mahari, Eli Ward, Otahi Nikau Tutu and Maiterangi Arahanga. Here is Arahanga. And the lefty stroke.
Yeah, he was just unlucky on that break. Missed that layup, just a bit short early on.
There is Quinnell, goes down and gets back up, which is always good. But now he's ahead of the play. Will they see him? Harry Gibson's just going to slow this one up and ease it through for Opunake. Nice little action there, the zipper into the on ball. Quinnell finds the open shooter in the corner. That's short, but gets his own rebound as he takes out the Bailey sign. That's free advertising.
This is offensive rebounds, you know, good contest, but Gibson left it short and they were able to get the offensive rebound and get a foul call there.
Not going to be shooting, so there's going to be a baseline inbounds. And little fumble. We've all done it.
Looked like Liam slipped a little bit there, and as we see Coach Te Pango fixing up our Bailey side.
Shout out to Bailey's. Always good to have a little bit of extra money, isn't it?
Yeah, it
in
is.
the account. Little mid-range jump shot there. No good, but Ward rising up. Kuruwhiwhi Toru attempt is short there from Potu.
Yeah, that little on-ball action freed him up for the offensive rebound. He got good position off the missed jump shot. So,
and we also saw the pull there on the shoot of Quinnell. Not called, and you got to feel they might want to talk about that one.
Yeah, there's Quinnell just saying, "Hey, he pulled my shirt, ref." Like, did you not see it?
It's funny, when you start playing men's league and the older experienced guys that know when to do that and how to do that, it makes it so tough. Looking in for Quinnell, and Ward beats him to it, and that's going to be a foul called on Cameron Quinnell.
Yeah, just a little bit of a frustration foul there, I think, from Cameron. Hit his first couple shots. He just needs to settle down there a little bit now.
It's an interesting one, though, because as we've seen from their offense earlier, he's so crucial to everything they do. He's got to be careful with himself moving forward. Into Ward, looks for the cutter. Little Dirk Nowitzki fadeaway. Saves it. Cameraman very Very agile to get out of the way there. Wouldn't mind another look at that as we see the camera move.
Now, he did well to move out the way, or we're going to get a
Here we go.
look here?
Oh. I think it was both. I think he avoided the camera and the camera avoided him. Good job all round. Here is Tereri Chase.
So Hato Polder in there, man-to-man.
Quinnell through the double team. Oh, that's going to be his second foul. Interesting call.
I like to see that one again.
And we will. Yep, good call.
Good call.
Sometimes you've got to be smart there. You've got to rotate the ball to the weak side.
Yeah, Arahanga knew where he was going. He just put his body on the line.
He's more than just a 33 points per game scorer. No good there off the tupper. Chase with the rebound.
And notice Opunake didn't pull Cameron Cornell out there. They're letting him play through those 2 fouls.
Well, that'll be something to watch moving forward. Live stats, though, only has them attributed for 1 at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So maybe they know something we don't, but it hasn't updated in a second, so it's not so live, the live stats.
Nice move there from Cornell, just to get into the paint, spin back to his left hand.
Here is Hato Polder into a little dribble handoff action. Get stuffed out of it into the on ball. Beautiful. Oh, what footwork. And the tūrapa goes, stays the way of Hato Polder. And the Kuruwhiwhi Toru from number 32. And it looks like instead of number 12, he's actually 32. That is Hakaraya Hosking. Shout out Geordie. Quinnell, a bit of a rifle there at the hoop. And hustle, who's he going to end up with? Bodies on the floor.
Great
stays Hato Polder away.
Those are the things that you need in teams there, the hustle.
And there's going to be an 8-second violation in it. I mean, it's probably right, Josh, but that seemed a little bit tough just from the fact that when did the possession actually start? And you can see because he took the dribble.
Yeah, they gained possession. So that is the correct call, I believe.
You know the one that I always found tough? I was talking to Alistair Todd about this when you're doing shot clock. If a player jumps out of bounds to try and save the ball off a rebound situation, if it's a one-hand flick and it looks controlled, the possession starts as that ball hits the shot clock.
Do you really gain control though when you're jumping out of bounds?
If the ball comes to rest, that's the actual rulebook rule.
So those ones you want to bet it.
Yeah, you want to try and bet it. Uncontrolled.
Uncontrolled, yeah.
Great little trap there on the side. Straight into the Kuruwhiwhi Toru. And the tip is going to stay the way of Hato Polder.
And there's Moss taking out our BBNZ sign there. Oh, yeah, went to go fix it.
I don't think he's got a career as a future BBNZ event coordinator. Nice little ball movement here from Hato Polder. And a Falcon, I think it was.
Dangerous cross court.
Little step back, Kuruwhiwhi Toru. And offensive rebound, stays away of Hato Polder. Tough little hook shot. And it's all Opunake at the moment, Josh, but plenty of good stuff for Hato Polder.
Yeah, they're getting into the lanes, getting good looks, good shots. Arahanga's, getting good looks, just haven't finished. And with Cornell out, where's Opunake going to go for their offense? Averaging 36 points a game. That's
As we see travel called there against Hato Polder. Just under a minute to play here in the first quarter of boys semi-final number 2.
I think Hato Polder has settled down defensively. They just need to...
Great ball movement. Oh, way to make the defenders run around. when that alone deserved the basket, but you don't always get what you deserve, do you, Josh?
No. Like, great ball movement, the extra just to help out, you know, draw the D and kick out back to the corner. You know, it's great teamwork.
Opunake really making the ball move with energy. Great drive and one. Sorry, not and one. Jari Summerfield is going to go to the line and he's going to shoot 2 kuru tautukus.
Yeah, I like the way that Opunake moved the ball. You know, it's not sticking. It's early, and when they are putting the ball on the floor, it's with a purpose, attacking the hoop. So.
And misses the second, and the tūrapa is going to go the way of Hato Polder. An inventive work there in the air, and looks like a hit was taken.
It was. Ooh, we both can feel the pain there. A little sportsmanship, a little high five to say, yep, my bad, I didn't do that on purpose.
Right, so last shot here for Hato Polder. Let's see if they try and beat the clock down so that Opunake doesn't get another opportunity. And a beautiful finish there from Arahanga. And so Opunake here with 4 seconds. Are they going to get it up? They try off the glass, no good. And so quarter time here in boys semi-final number 2 of the Single A Secondary School Championships. Opunake 16, Hato Polder 5. Josh Thompson, initial thoughts on this game?
Yeah, Opunake came out strong there in the first 5 minutes of the game, and really, you know, they took control early. But I thought Hato Polder settled really well in the last 5 back end of that quarter, just to you know, get a rhythm going. And yeah, I think Cornell getting 2 fouls early really helped when he had to go out, and it kind of dried up Opunake scoring a little bit there. But you know, it's a long game, as we know, we both know, and there's still a long way to go.
So little stats, leading scorers on each side for Opunake. Cameron Cornell has 9 points, and Hakaraya Hosking has 3 for Hato Polder. Rebounds, Jari Summerfield has got 5, and Nikau Tutul has got 4 for Hato Polder. On the team side, both teams struggling a little bit with the field goal, but interestingly, Josh, rebounds tied up 15 apiece. Yeah,
I think Hato Polder really sorted out their boxing out. You know, I saw a few good box outs, and Nico Tutel really got in there and got a few tough defensive rebounds there late in that quarter. So it's good to see that it's evened out. We're in for a good one, I think. You know, teams play the way that they're playing, we're in for a really good one.
It is always nervous. I don't think the shot selection is a true indicator of the shooting percentage at the moment. Both teams taking some good shots.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it just doesn't go in the hoop. You can do all the hard work to get the good looks, but sometimes it just doesn't drop. And Hato Polder, you know, they've just been on the wrong end of shots that haven't fallen in early. So hopefully we can see that change in the second half. But semi-finals, they're always tough. You know, they're tough to play and everything on the line, and the nerves sometimes get the best of you.
Back underway here in quarter number 2. Hato Polder, beautiful little floater there from Hakaraya Hosking. As we see a little 1-2, 1-1 half-court trap, and it's done the job. Perfect start here for Hato Polder.
Yeah, I love that little trap that they have going there. I personally run the 1-2-2 with when I was coaching in high school with Ellesmere College. So, you know.
Another Kuruwhiwhi Toru attempt off the back rim, but the Turanga stays the way. As this time it's the Apollo Projects sign. It takes a little bit of abuse.
I like the little flare screen that they're sitting there to get the shooter open. that Hato Polder are running here. So
they're doing quite a good job as well, I think, just moving the ball from side to side, trying to work this 2-3 defense. As the little floater is good from Arahanga. Nice to see the floater is back, Josh.
yeah, it is. Like, ooh.
They give up a good shot, get a great shot.
Yeah.
It's Opunake's decision on this offensive scheme. Great little split. Floater again is good. I don't know if he caught it, but when he kicked that one out, Coach Langton actually looked over at the big screen, I think, for a little replay of whether or not that was the right option. They got the basket, so I think it was.
Yep. I was almost thinking that Gibson gave up a good layup, but then he ended up getting it back and finishing a one there.
Here is Hato Polder trying to split the middle. Arahanga off the glass there. And the rebound's going to go the way of Opunake. Let's see what they can get into here. Again, he's got that weak side into the on ball, trying to throw it up. And it's going to be Hato Polder ball. Probably didn't get up and scan the defense properly in that one. Just threw it, thinking the offensive player was going to be there.
Yeah, just a little lack of concentration there. Hato Polder have started the best out of the two teams in this second quarter. Opunake just need to, I think, settle down a little bit, go back to what they were doing in the first. And
as it almost looks like they're trying to run a double on-ball screen there. They just got the spacing of it wrong. Arahanga, nice little crossover into the left-hand jump shot. And that's going to fall at some point, isn't it, Josh? Because his stroke looks good.
He is getting good looks at the hoop, and that's a great find in the corner.
And we're going to have a jump ball situation. And great hustle there from Opunake, which means that they're going to keep the ball. 14-second reset on all front court changes of position, which results in an inbounds. Great kick out again. The open shot was there, but Opunake looking to drive. And we're going to see two shots there for number one, Harry Gibson.
Yeah, he looks like the guy that's been real aggressive there with Cameron out. So, you know, he's the one that gave up the good look for the great floater.
Misses the first. And I tell you what, must be some good gyms down in Opunake, because some of these boys are looking pretty strong.
Yeah, yeah, they look like they've been hitting the weight room. You know, which we talked about yesterday is a big key to basketball now for athletes, for high school athletes, top high school athletes, I should say.
Oh, great little pass into the high post. Good ball movement here from Hato Polder, finding the open man in the corner. Just lost the handle on it. Nikau Tutul. And so Opunake a chance here to try and extend this back out to a double-digit lead. Great front on the post.
Great.
Somehow saved there. Beautiful work. Opunake wide open. Kurufifi Toru. And he converts that off the glass. I thought the bank had closed.
Yep, no, it's
Past
still
5
open.
PM.
Still open down here at Fly Palmy Arena.
And no good on the Kurufifi Toru. Little run out here for Opunake, deciding just to hold things up. Hato Polder there had done a good job of getting defenders back, stopping it and putting it in a half-court situation. Gibson to the hoop, and wonderful work there, Josh, of just assessing that there was no help defense,
Yeah,
getting away the hoop.
slow rotation there from Hato Polder, and Gibson exposed the no weak side defense and managed to get all the way.
Here is Opunake up 24-11, just over halfway of this second quarter to go. Abad pulls up for the Kuruwhiwhi Toru, in and out. Near offensive rebound, but the Turanga is going to go the way of Hato Polder. Great kick ahead.
Yeah, they missed Arahanga out there early, but he managed to get the...
Arahanga just dancing on the court. Kuruwhiwhi Toru attempt off back rim. Too much tapa there on that one, Josh.
Yeah, it's a little bit... I thought he could probably drive there because there's a little bit of side contest, but, you know, like Hipunga says, we're living, dying by the three-point line, so...
And big Kuruwhiwhi Toru for Liam Kidd. He's actually been really impressive for me, Josh. He's big, strong, got a nice looking jump shot.
You know, he's played good defense, got a few good rebounds.
And out come Opunake, eyes up, leading the player. And just asking a bit too much there of Liam Kidd.
Just led him a little bit too far on that little outlet pass there by, I believe that is Chase. It was.
Jerry Summerfield now already with 6 points and 7 rebounds.
He's on his way to a double-double early. He's just taking a break, and Cornell just checked back in.
Harry Gibson with 9 points now, joint top scorer of Cameron Cornell. Nice balanced scoring effort for Opunake. Here is Hato Polder. Lovely little kick across. And shot clock violation.
How's about that? You sub out Liam Kidd and stick in Cameron Cornell. Similar body types. Similar skill sets as well from what we've seen.
Great wall up that we saw in that replay there from Opunake. Again, fantastic work from our sideline cameraman, Sam. I can see why he's NBL level. Making us look good. Up here in the commentary box. Great little rip and spin, up fake.
Great move.
Perfect from Jari Summerfield. And another steal there for Chase, out to the races. And yeah, and one situation, but he's gonna shoot a couple. And Hato Polder, I thought, started the brighter of the two, but Opunake, as this quarter's rolled on, as they will take the timeout. So some stats for you. Shooting wise, Opunake 42%, Hato Polder 16% from 3, 21% versus 8%. So it's all been interior damage from Opunake, Josh.
Yeah, they really have managed to get in the paint early and often, and just putting pressure on Hato Polder a little bit, you know, bringing their weak side defenders over offensive rebounds, forcing them into late rotations where we've seen the likes of Gibson get to the rack and get layups. So it's yeah, I think Opunake just started slow. Hato Polder had the better start out of the two, and Opunake just settled in there and kind of worked their way into it. As we see, I think that's assistant coach Eva Langton talking to her team who played for the Queens.
Yeah, for the Queens, spent 5 years in the States. When I was talking to Aaron Langton off air, saying if we advance, speak to my daughter tomorrow. She can be the one that gets interviewed. As we see some local fans, from the looks of it, supporting Opunake.
No doubt. Opunake legend, Angelo.
Yeah, Angelo Hill actually got shouted out in the pre-game interview as well.
Yeah.
If you're watching at home. Hello, Angelo. One of the sharpest dressed people, I think.
Wouldn't put it past him if he's here tomorrow if both teams make the final.
Would love to see that, actually. Yeah. In and out on the second one.
So if you're hearing us, Angelo, it'd be good to see you.
Some of the stories that man could tell, I'm sure. Nice little layup. Easy there for Opunake.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the points off turnovers for Opunake. Hato Polder seems to be a little bit careless.
What I am really liking though is that they're getting the ball into Eli Ward quite comfortably in that high post. So
Yeah.
if they're going to do that, how can they get some cutters or runners or off-ball movement off that where they can open up some shooters to get themselves some good looks to get themselves back into this game?
Yeah, it'd be good to see them play through Eli a little bit more at that high post, because he is a willing passer from the looks of things. It's a great defense there by Luke Forsyth.
So Opunake just working the ball around here. It's strange, isn't it? They almost go from a 5-out into a 3-2.
Yep.
Back into a 4-1. As the Kuruwhiwhi Toru is along, almost goes out there off the tūranga. But Arahanga just settling things down. And a big Kuruwhiwhi Toru.
That's much needed 3 there by Haraika Hoskins.
Always handy, isn't it? We got players that can make shots like that.
Aye.
Tough spin move, no good. Gets his own rebound, and that's going to fall for Jerry Summerfield. And he is only a couple rebounds now short of that double-double in only the first half. That is an impressive achievement indeed.
Yeah, he's really, hitting the rebounds really hard on offense as well as defensively. Obviously, looking at the matchups, Eli Ward has to match up with Cameron Quaid.
Not too sure what just happened there, but it's going to stay Hato Polder ball with 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Looked like they were playing the wrong sport there. A little bit of
Football?
football.
I know it's hard, isn't it? You and I both NFL fans. We start calling that football, and you get confused which one you're talking about.
Yeah, soccer, football.
Football. There's a pass there goes into the hoop, and Eli Ward just says, thank you very much. I'm going to take that back and get myself 2 easy points.
Using his length there just to be disruptive. It's funny. Hato Polder look great when they score because they can set into that 1-2-2, and
It's tough though when Cameron Cornell's on the other end.
yeah, he has a nice looking jump shot, that boy.
Great little up fake, step through, and kick out into the corner. Tell you what, they're doing a really good job, even though they just turned the ball over, of just ripping and going. No hesitation, trying to get through as quickly as they can.
Chase has been really active there, the top of their 2-3. See how they extend it, putting pressure on Hato Polder out of their comfort zone.
But again, the length of the arms of Opunake, and you can see, Josh, why they're defending champs. I know it was 3 years ago, but there's a lot of talent coming through this school.
Yeah, the size that they have, along with their guard play, you wouldn't put it past them to, having a good shot at going back to back if they do make it through against Hato Polder here. So a nice little action here with 46 seconds to play. Still 10 seconds on the shot clock. Opunake, what are they going to run? So they're trying to go into a zipper screen, but they go off ball. And Cornell, 2 big strides. And the tūrapa goes offensively. And Cornell says, I'm going to have another go, and puts that up and in. 14 points now for Cameron Cornell in this first half. Such good footwork for a big guy. Nimble on his feet, light on his feet, and soft hands. I think it's crazy, isn't it, Josh, the last couple of years, how much, as we see a beautiful finish there from Putu, but the bigger players have just got so much more nimble and more skillful within the country, not just being stuck under the basket anymore. Yeah, the game has evolved so massively, likes of guys that are 6'9", that can handle the ball, and if you can't handle the ball at 6'9", then what are you? post player maybe.
Still 6'9".
Yeah.
We are half-time here in boys semi-final number 2 for the Single A Championship. Opunake 43, Hato Polder 19. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with some stats in the second half.
This isn't an ad about four-wheel drives. It's about knowing the place, as well as the locals.
You found the place. That's a good start. Built by my great-grandfather 20 years ago.
One of our biggest problems we have in New Zealand is lack of facilities, the lack of ability for kids to be able to just go in and shoot hoops. With our Hoops in Schools, Hoops in Parks project, it enables kids to be able to get out there and just have a go, you know, just be able to shoot hoops and have no boundaries, just go out there, have some fun. By not being able to get inside to a lot of facilities, this solves a lot of our problems. We're seeing the hoops that we've already installed just be so well utilised. Every time you drive past the school that's got these hoops in it, there's always kids using them. We know it's going to increase participation in our sport, which is a great thing.
Yeah, Hoops in Schools means to me just a lot of opportunity that when I look back and reflect on my experience at home in Portland, Whangarei, and in the schools, and there wasn't a lot of hoops around, but there was the odd hoop, and we'd always meet there, all the locals, and would have a ball, have fun, and that was a game for all athletes that played all different sports.
It's fantastic to see the ongoing growth of the Hoops in Schools program across the country as we continue to go into different regions. Seeing Tamariki and Rangatahi continuing to have fun through better accessibility is just priceless. And the true value for us is seeing the positive impact it's having across communities here in New Zealand.
It's been absolutely fantastic. We've been able to put 24 hoops into 12 schools right across the province. They were installed a month or so ago, and already we've seen the impact that it's had with kids getting out in there and playing them outside of school hours and the weekends. It's really had a huge impact on the game.
It was good to get into the community today and see the kids just having fun and being able to, you know, have access to these amazing hoops that have been put into new communities, because a lot of schools don't have access to these things.
Now, looking at this initiative of putting a lot more hoops in schools is amazing. I've been to 3 or 4 schools today, and just seeing the faces of this young tamariki has been awesome. And you know, it makes you think about where we're headed and where we've been, and you know, it brings a smile to my face too.
Want to catch a fuel bargain with Caltex and Supergold? Scan your Caltex at Flybuys or Airpoints for 6 cents off per litre with Pumped. And show your Supergold card for an extra 2 cents off. Ah, feels good.
Welcome back here to Fly Palmy Arena. Andrew Horrocks alongside Josh Thompson as we take a look at the Hato Polder. And now into Opunake. Assistant coach Eva Langton drawing up some plays. Josh, 43-19. With Opunake shooting 50%, you can see why they got out to that lead.
Yeah, just looking at the stats, you know, 16 points of turnovers for Opunake. You know, that's 15 turnovers from Hato Polder, and which led to 16 points, which, you know, is looking like the glaring stat while they're shooting 50% because they're getting fast break layups. And Hato Polder have had some good looks. They just haven't finished. You know, they haven't dropped for them, and that's just the way sometimes it goes. You can get all the good looks you want, but if it's not dropping, then hence why we have a 24-point lead.
That's the thing, as we see Sam getting us some great courtside looks. And it's starting to get a little bit busier in here, isn't it? As the tournaments wore on. It's definitely the coldest of the courts, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously snowing in Christchurch, but I think it's been raining all day today here in Palmerston North.
Yeah, thankfully it was a beautiful day yesterday. But Palmerston North just showing us its versatility on the weather front.
So turnover there. Yeah, good idea. He was open there in the post, just bad execution on the pass.
Here is, oh, deep. Kurufifi Toru in and out for Hato Polder, and that could have been just the thing to kickstart their day, Josh.
Yeah, they really need to get on a little run here if they're in with a chance to get back into this game. You know, it's, as we've seen today, 20 points leads are easily taken out with the ability to shoot the ball, and I know Hato Polder have the ability to shoot the ball at a good clip.
As you see, a lovely little move there from Arahanga. And it doesn't have to be massive, Josh. I mean, you look at it, 20 minutes, you could break that down to 2.5-minute chunks, and it's only 3 points every 2.5 minutes, which, I mean, when you think about it, it's only one possession at the end of the day.
Yeah, so they have a good chance to just chip away at it. Just chip away, stops, you know, good chances. They got to stop there, now they need to convert here.
Leaves that one short to Zarahanga. Rebound from Summerfield. Summerfield's actually been really impressive to me.
Yeah.
Very solid on the rebounds. Has scored well as well. Second leading scorer at 12 points.
One rebound away from a double-double. Yeah, I think we have Hakaraya reaching in.
As we have a look at Cameron Cornell, and he's definitely been doing some shoulder pressing, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a unit, that boy. I know Trent Adams, high praise for this young boy from Opunake. So if you don't know, Opunake's in the Taranaki region.
And big steal from Cornell, and let's see if he's got any bunnies. Yes, he does. His teammates there in the background jumping with him. Trying to get in on the action. Great to see.
Yeah, I remember back in our day, you might have had one guy in your team that could dunk. Looking at some of these teams, they have multiple athletes in their teams, and there's Cameron showing off his hops.
We saw his life at high school because we didn't have anyone. We had one guy that could dunk, but the rest of us, it was just a layup line, and you'd watch the Prem teams play, and those layup lines were dunk lines.
Yeah, these days it's not just a dunk. I think I saw a boy from Westlake through the legs in the warm-ups.
I can imagine that, probably Ned Shearer.
Yeah.
Actually had Westlake a bit of a nail-biter in their second to last pool game. They were playing Mount Albert Grammar School, and the winner of that was going to get second in the pool. If Westlake had lost it, they were probably out as Nikau Tutau with a nice little layout. Came out 2-point victors. And that was only the tip of the iceberg, wasn't it, Josh? I mean, talk about some of the games that you watched as we have another look at the dunk. Look at his teammate, Summerfield. And we're going to get another look at this as well from the baseline. Look at the teammates.
Yeah, they were
celebrating.
They were jumping just as high as he was.
As to the hoop. Oh, what an extra pass. Beautiful stuff.
And Potu there with the layup. And this is what Hato Polder need to do, just to be a bit disruptive on defense. You know, they've been able to sit there 1-2-2, and Opunake do a good job here breaking it.
As to the line, it's going to go Liam Kidd.
Yeah, back on your games at St Andrews, St Peter's. St Andrews coming away with a 1-point win after being down 20. We saw Waimea Cashmere Boys go into overtime.
Yeah, Waimea was, down 15, I think, at some point, and then came back in overtime.
Won by 7, I believe. 5 or 7. And we saw Auckland Grammar take out St John's Hamilton.
Yeah, also in that pool, the pool of death really in the double A's. When you talk about teams, New Plymouth Boys almost losing to Palmy Boys.
Yeah, that pool was tough. And you see Hato Polder just slowly getting easy baskets, chipping away at this lead. But the big thing, they need to get stops.
And if you're going to commit fouls, it's going to be a tough way to do it. But thankfully for the Hato Polder point of view, no one in foul trouble as yet.
No. The timeout early from Coach Langdon. Yeah, that pool of death, Pool C in the double A boys, Auckland Grammar, Palmerston North, St John's, New Plymouth, Hamilton, and a pretty good St Thomas's team from Canterbury with Louis Gordon, Hugo Gonzalez. That's a tough one there. One of the, I think Palmy Boys who won the region in Zone 3 missed out in that one.
Not often that happens, is it? But as we talk about the buzz, it's a little bit quieter. It is. What was it? New Plymouth was only third.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, New Plymouth third. So.
Who'd have thought it? I saw Fraser High as well get a big win. Maybe over Mount Maunganui. But I tell you what, it's cool, isn't it? When I think we were talking about it before we went on to the break. You just hear these little whispers coming from different courts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And suddenly you're running from court to court. We were running from court 1 where Waimea was to court 3 to watch Auckland Grammar, and then to court 7, and it was back and forth.
Yeah, we were on the go. We were messaging each other. But it happens though, right? And word of mouth gets around, and people start moving to certain courts, and
And it's what makes Central Energy Trust Arena such a special place, because there's not many places where you could have 9 courts going well. I know at Harbour, if we hosted a tournament, we'd have to be split across 2 venues, and it's a little bit harder to drive 5 minutes down the road to watch the last 30 seconds, whereas here you're just sprinting around the court, saying hello to people. People are trying to stop you. No, I've got to keep going. I've got a game to watch.
I need to watch this game, and it's a great venue, Fly Palmy Arena. So Hato Polder just can't chip into this lead. They'd score. This is the most important end, I believe. Defensively, they need to start sitting down and disrupting Opunake and making it difficult.
Well, they've erased it by 4 thus far, so they're going to have to try and get it to 6 and 8, 10, probably by the end of the quarter. If they can, I'd say maybe 12 points in the last quarter?
12, if they win 12 to start the fourth, they're in with a shot, but they're in the bonus already with 6 to go, and that's always tough. So if I'm Coach Langdon, I'm saying we're attacking the rim. We're shooting free throws, but it's funny, we talked about that first half flying by, taking 30 minutes.
Yeah, third quarter, a few more stoppages with Hato Polder already in the bonus. So every time they foul Opunake's going to be shooting free throws, and Josh, that makes things a little bit harder. You can't try and pick the ball as much because the referees are more aware of where you are on the foul count.
Yeah, it kind of takes away the aggression part of things, right, to Hato Polder's defense. But
great little floater and finish from Arahanga. And Josh, I don't know what's in the next generation's water, but every kid seems to have
that floater. I know. At Lincoln Uni with our skills, I like kids to work on floaters. Some people aren't a big fan, but as we get a wedge.
It's our second one now on the live stream. It's an important thing, isn't it, when you talk about players being a 3-level scorer.
Yeah.
And that first level and second level, or first and third, when you talk about layups and threes are so crucial, but that second layer now, if you haven't got that first and third and it's been taken away from you.
Yeah. No, for sure. With the game being free for layups and threes, the mid-range is still slept on. You look at my thing a couple of years ago with the NBA, with the West and East finals. I said all 4 teams had a guy that could make a mid-range jump shot. I think that was when Milwaukee won. Chris Middleton, mid-range jump shots. You know, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, mid-range jump shots.
I think the most underrated guy in that art is DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan. You know, so I think developing that in-between game is massive moving forward. I think it's a lost art, but we're seeing here that floater is a big one that these kids have been working on. But
great steal for Opunake, but it's just going to be tipped out from Hato Polder. So it's going to stay here as it's 51-29, just over halfway through the third quarter. Hato Polder still fighting. But if Opunake are going to get offensive rebounds like that and putbacks.
Summerfield again.
Starting to pull away in the rebound count, and that's showing when you've got putbacks like that. Makes things a lot tougher.
He's already got his double-double, I see.
He does, up to 14 points and 12 rebounds. Cornell.
Oh, nice read.
19 points, and could that be the basket that kickstarts Hato Polder?
Ooh, that. I'd like to see a replay of that little pump fake from, I believe that was Hakarainga Hoski. Made Cameron look away.
Cameron Cornell just shaken up a little bit as he's going to shoot 2 shots. Let's have a lovely look at it. Yo, yep.
Yeah, he got fouled. First reach across.
And makes the second dose, Cameron Cornell. And every time Hato Polder try and make a run here, Opunake just have a little answer to keep it at this nice little 24-point buffer. What can they create? Beautiful pass. Oh, what a swing pass, but it was straight into the hands of Opunake. Run out. And good defense there in the transition from Hato Polder to slow things down, but Cornell, and it's tough when you don't have a player as big as him to match up with.
Yeah, he's got good footwork too, and he's managing to get into the paint with ease.
Let's just say hello to Geordie Walker in the commentary booth.
Yeah, coming
doing
through
the
clutch.
best work of anyone here.
Ooh.
And so here is Cornell, and lovely finish again. And you can see why he's the leading scorer in the tournament.
Yeah, averaging 36 a game. I think the size has really got to Hato Polder, you know, big bodies.
Kurufifi Toru attempt, long off the iron. As we say hello to the Westlake boys, and we hope that Rocco Chang's going to remember to box out in the end of close games this time. And still a chance actually to top their pool.
Do they? Westlake boys?
Yeah, they've got to take down Rosmini. They lost that game to Nelson College.
Yeah, that's right.
Which might have undone everything, but coming up with a clutch win over Mags. So here is Hato Polder.
Just the size has really bothered Hato Polder, and the length of Opunake. Just some of the cross-court passes.
Oh, what a tough finish. Beautifully done there from Hakara Hoskins. And another steal. Could this be their run to the hoop and finish?
Nice wee crossover from Potu on the steal. Gave him a little hezzy and at the rim with the left.
Such a big momentum shift, but here's Quinnell. They've got to slow him down if they're going to chum back. And that's point number 27 now for Cameron Quinnell.
Yes, he's on track to hit his average of 36. The game kind of opened up a little bit. Hato Polder, managed to keep out of more foul trouble. But this man right here with the ball is just taking over. On the offensive end, he's pretty much got to the hoop whenever he wanted. Here's their little double turnout action with the on ball.
I like that actually, and should they progress, I'm interested to see how Hato Polder is going to look tomorrow.
Yeah, I believe they're taking on Manukura.
No, Manukura actually went down.
Yeah, no, Hato Polder will play Manukura.
Oh, right, yes,
Opunake. Well, the game's not over yet, so we can't really say who's playing who tomorrow, but
I think they've got Ngātai
Atia.
That's the one.
Is the one that went through.
Gosh, wouldn't be the first time we've got a prediction wrong in the commentary booth. But hey, if it gets people talking about the game, I reckon it's a good thing, personally. That's the way I frame it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Long there off the attempt, but a good offensive rebound for Hato Polder. In with the big bodies. And those swing passes, man, kids, they got so much skill these days. Will we see another dunk attempt? Yes, we will. From Cameron Quinnell. Love to see these young men fly as a lovely floater on the other end.
Yeah.
Wanted the foul call.
He's had three really nice finishes, has Hakarai Hoskin.
Great little dish off there from Quinnell, and that's going to be his first assist of the game. Josh, when you're talking about MVPs at the back end of these tournaments, I think his name's going to be pretty high on the list.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good, and here he is there for another steal. Getting his second assist, I believe. But the turnovers has really killed Hato Polder here in the third quarter, back into the third.
Yeah, over 21 turnovers when you're not even 3 quarters through a game. And these do-or-die semi-finals, that makes life very tough, doesn't it?
Yeah, which, 21 turnovers, which has led to 24.
Quinnell in the quarter. Leaves that one short. So we are 3 quarters through boys semi-final number 2 in the Single A Premierships.
Yeah, the scoring really opened up there for both teams. It was just Hato Polder just couldn't get those stops that they needed, and Cameron Quinnell just at the rim there at the back end of the third quarter, just too easy. And turnovers, like we said, turnovers killed Hato Polder there. 21 turnovers leading to 24, I believe. Yeah, 26, sorry, Opunake points.
I think a key one to look at as well is the double-double of Jari Summerfield. 14 points, 14 rebounds. It's a nice even number, isn't it?
Yeah. He's got 3 offensive rebounds, 11 defense. So he's really just dominated the defensive rebounds and offensive rebounds too. Opunake, well, no, 11 and Hato Polder have 14, but looking at the shooting percentages, that's a telling stat. 28% by Hato Polder and 52 from Opunake. That you're really treading uphill there if you're Hato Polder.
And we're talking about the amount of threes that Hato Polder were going to put up. They're basically on track for the 30 that they were told they were going to get.
Yeah,
but it's tough when you're shooting 13% from distance to get yourself. But I mean, hey, if they come hot, we talk about regression to the mean. If they do some ascension to the mean, if you take another look at the Quinnell dunk, they can get their game stats back up to 40%. That means they probably shot 80% in this last quarter. We could have a ball game here.
Yep, they are going to. We know put them up. They've been putting them up for most of the game. they just need to be a lot more careful with the ball. 21 turnovers too many in finals games. And they're the ones that if you do keep turning the ball over, you just lose opportunities to score. I know that turnovers are going to happen, but I think for a good stat to win a game, 10 to 12 turnovers a game is...
I was going to ask you that in finals, what's kind of your magic number? And I was going to agree with you, actually, 10 to 12.
Yeah.
If you can keep it single figures, I mean, it's almost unheard of. That's amazing ball security. Here is Opunake to get us underway in quarter number 4 of boys. Semi-final number 2, of course. The final is going to be live tomorrow. And it's great to see. It'd be awesome to see as well a lot of the AA schools come down and support their fellow competitors, because the only 2 games that are going to be on tomorrow afternoon is the boys and girls finals.
Yep. And myself and you are going to do the boys A final, I believe, and you're with... I can't find my
that was the list actually you were looking for,
once.
Josh Thompson. So at 6 p.m. I've got the boys final with Stacey Lambert.
Girls final. Yeah, girls with
Oh, sorry, girls final, and then the boys final, you and me, buddy.
Yeah.
Nice little sleep in tomorrow, 2:15 p.m. start. Thank you very much, Geordie and Catherine. But you know where that's a stitch up. Because I've got to go 4 games straight.
Yeah, now that's what we have, the 3rd and 4th game, I think. The A girls 3rd and 4th, and A boys 3rd and 4th, and then girls A final, boys A final.
Right, so here we go. Hato Polder. Oh, that's a nice looking jump shot actually there. I thought that was good because
it looked good.
Good mechanics out of it.
That's
Hakara Hoskins. He's been pretty good for Hato Polder, 16 points.
Yeah, he's had 3 great tough layups with great moves, and I think he's hit 1-3. So Hato Polder in there man to man.
Here is Cornell, good little kick out. And the Kuruwhiwhi Toru is good for Jaree Summerfield. 17 points now. If they're going to get 2 players from the tournament team, I'd say he's a pretty good lock to be the second man from Opunake to make that team.
Yeah, you're looking at, I would say if Opunake are going to win, those 2, Cameron with the ball there, and
what a kick ahead pass.
No, great
finish. Lovely finish. Yeah. Didn't panic, kept going. And Opunake starting to run away with this now, 74-37. Do they dare to dream, Josh, that back-to-back, as I said, the Kuruwhiwhi Toru is good there for Mahairi. But Opunake, one of the strangest back-to-backs, in that it's been 4 years apart.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy to think that we haven't had nationals for that long.
Kuruwhiwhi Toru, no good. I'll tell you what, Hato Polder though are doing the right thing, aren't they, Josh? They're putting up 3s and they're putting them up quick.
Yeah, they really need to.
And that is going to help.
Make a big run here if they want to get a chance to be in the final. Not impossible. Tough, but not impossible, if you know what I mean.
Nothing's ever impossible.
No.
But stopping Cameron Cornell in this tournament seems to be a pretty close thing to being impossible.
Yeah, Cameron Cornell is flirting with a triple-double.
And another block there that stays the way of Hato Polder.
Oh, great find.
Oh, what a dish off, and the reverse layup is good. Arahanga, who came into this game as the 3rd top scorer in the competition at 32 points a game. Been pretty well defended by Opunake.
Yeah, I just think the length And the physicality at the top of the zone has really bothered Arahanga.
Long pass down court. You would have called that, Josh.
Yeah, yeah. My wide receiver hands. Yeah. He was more like, it looked like Summerfield was thinking dunk there. And our cameraman taking a hit there.
Here come Hato Polder. 32 points.
Nice.
If they're going to keep doing that, would have been possible, but it's tough, isn't it, when those ones aren't going to try and claw your way back.
They went away from Ward there in that high post. I thought they could have carried on with that because they were getting good action out of it.
Again, another good-looking jump shot there, even though it's not going down. I mean, the fundamentals from Hato Polder, I'm pretty impressed. As we heard, only a school of 100.
Yeah, all boys too.
So to be able to get onto the stage, get to a semi-final, full credit to them.
I believe this is their first time at secondary school nationals.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome? We see the Langton Brains Trust there for Opunake. Having a little conversation about what to do. And when you talk about one of the great heads of hair, Aaron Langton, I've got hair envy.
I did have a message from Charles Sangro from Dunedin to ask Andrew if he had hair 10 years ago.
Is this my mate Charles?
Yeah.
Oh, my favourite commentator, man who loved to comment on every 3x3 game we did. Did I have hair 10 years ago? Absolutely, yes I did. I had hair a year ago. I actually, for Movember, one of the things I said to my mates was, if I get to $1,000 of raising money for men's mental health, I will shave my head. And my mates on the last day all chipped in to get me over the $1,000. And so a promise was a promise. I shaved my head. I liked it, Josh, in part because it wasn't growing back. And so I've kept the look.
It suits you.
Oh, thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
There's a lovely kuruwhiwhi toru for Hakara Hoskins.
Yeah, he's really stepped
been
up
great.
here. Yeah, he's stepped up here in the second.
Hey, cheers, Rich. Producer Rich just chiming in there on proceedings, and I think we've got to thank everyone in our production crew, don't we, Josh?
Oh,
Producer
yeah,
Rich,
for sure.
Sam Sideline, giving us wonderful angles, as well as our two other cameramen and women who are giving us these wonderful angles, making our job so much easier, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. You know, we have the luxury of seeing it here live, but for you guys back home, our cameramen and women do a great job giving you great pictures if you don't manage to get down here or you're elsewhere around the country.
And you know what I like about it, Josh? We have had the first week of the Australian ANBL.
Yep.
And there's been massive complaints about camera angles, how zoomed in it is, that they're not doing a good job, they're making people feel nauseous. I've had zero complaints about what our production crew has done. They've made life very easy. And if you're watching from the comfort of your home with a nice little cup of tea or coffee, or maybe even got dinner on your lap watching this on the TV, then it's a nice cruisy experience for everyone, which we like.
Oh, for sure. And then just in that last time out, I think Langdon pulled their starters out with 4 minutes to go. Get the bench a bit of a run in game time in a big game.
I like that move because I don't know about you, Josh, but when I played in tournaments when I was younger, in intermediate, I was a bit of a bench warmer. And so anytime there was an opportunity where there was a blowout and I got an opportunity to play, just to be part of that experience and feel like I was in the team and contributing is such a cool feeling because
for sure,
it's a massive thing being part of the bench mob and getting up and supporting your players even though you're not playing. So when the script gets flipped and you get to be out there showcasing your skills, it's an awesome thing.
Oh, for sure. I've been on both ends. I've played a lot and been on the bench, and being a bench player, when you're in a blowout, you're like, oh, I'm about to get on and feel a part of the team. And then it's also cool that your starters and main guys cheer you on, and it always lifts your spirits, and gives you confidence.
When we talk about great here of this tournament, Wiramu Henry, number 10 for Opunake. We can get a close-up at some point from the sideline, cameraman.
Yeah,
I'd love to have another look at that, because it is flowing.
I don't know how you play when it's not tied up, when you have long hair. Obviously, I have long hair at the moment, so I wear a helmet playing football, so I don't have to tie it up.
Well, I don't have any hair either, so I don't need to worry about it. And I tell you what, even though the score at the moment is a bit of a blowout, it's being played in a good nature.
Oh yeah, great spirit. It's been quite fast. I really have liked the look of Eli Ward too for Hato Polder. He's worked hard at the high post, and defensively, he had a tough guard with Cameron.
He's got a good skill set. I think there's things there that you can work with to develop him. Keeps the ball nice and high, sets a good screen as we just saw to get the shooters going as Arahanga with some more points. But there's things to work with there that you can mould him into quite a handy player.
Yeah, moves his feet well, and
oh, what a kick ahead pass, and finish again from Arahanga. And don't want to say too little too late here, Josh.
Yeah.
An offensive explosion could happen, and this 26-point lead could get evaporated.
There's minute 40 to go.
Great punch out. Here come Hato Polder.
Are we saying safe to say that Opunake are flying into the final tomorrow?
Well, I don't want to jump the gun because I already did that in the third quarter. But yeah, it looks like Opunake are going to have the opportunity to defend their boys' single A championship, and who knows, it might be a double with the girls as well. They're in the semi-final coming up as Wiramu Henry with the spin move. Maybe he blinded his opponent with that here, whipping it in the face, but he's going to have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah, that's always hard. Here we go.
Look at it go around, bang.
Nice wee drop step, Those are good locks. I'm going to say they are Troy Polamalu-esque locks.
Oh, lining up in the C-gap. Did you ever hear that story of when Pat McAfee was going to try and run in a touchdown?
Yeah.
And Troy Polamalu, they asked him years later why he was going to do that, and he just decided, he was like, oh, I'm just going to stuff up the scout film for the other teams by lining up here just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
And it meant that Pat McAfee couldn't actually rush for a touchdown. I love that show, man. They've got so many good stories.
He is, yeah, I really enjoy it. If you like a podcast, go check out Pat McAfee, an ex-punter for the Indianapolis Colts.
That's the one. It's actually Mike Tomlin that got him in the NFL.
Yep.
His former college coach, New Tomlin, said, hey, I've got a kicker here that I want you to come see. Put him through a workout. So it just shows, always keep working hard at your skills. And this is really applicable to basketball.
Yep.
Because you never know who's going to be watching and who you might be able to impress.
Yeah, especially for these young kids here on the live stream, wanting maybe college scouts to see them or coaches, because they are watching. And with technology these days, it's so much easier. They don't have to fly over here. They can just...
As Henry can't convert that one. And Opunake were thinking of holding it up, but then realised that with the shot clock reset now to 14.
14, yeah.
That one's no good. Shot clock's not going to reset. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Step back. No good. And it's going to stay Opunake ball. So you've got to think they're just going to hold this one up, Josh.
Yep.
And that's going to be all she writes.
Early predictions?
What for this game?
Opunake, Ngātai Aotea tomorrow, 7:30.
I haven't had a chance to watch Ngātai Aotea yet, so that's going to be my first one. But I'm going to go back and watch some of their film on Glory League. So, too tough to call. But Opunake, if they play like this, are going to be tough to beat tomorrow. Josh, what about you? Prediction?
I have seen both. I think the size of Opunake matches up well with Ngātai Aotea because they've got some good size. They have good guards. Yeah, it's actually too hard to tell because they both are, I think, both finished second and third, so they are pretty close. So it'll be interesting to see.
Right, so that's all from us here in boys semi-final number 2 of the Single A Championships. But coming up, A-Girls semi-final 1, we've got Ngātai Aotea Wharakura versus Opunake High School. We'll be back at 7:25. See you then.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this isn't about what we wore back in the day.
we're going to go now. Going once, going twice, no more offers. Sold!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.